Welcome to the second episode of Series 9, everyone. We'll be finishing our amazing characters for Spire with Grant Howitt in just a moment. But first, some announcements as normal. If you are not on our Discord server, you are missing out on some great character creation discussions, especially those surrounding our weekly character creation prompts on Twitter. You also would normally catch me talking about the development of my own game in real time, which has been a lot of fun, and I've been getting a lot of really great input from you guys. So come on down, join us at discord.charactercreationcast.com.
We also have an entire room devoted to swearing, just for me. So
it's true.
If you want to come hang out in Amelia's swear room, because Ryan has quarantined me.
Yes.
I have one channel.
Hey, it's a fantastic channel, and I frequent it.
It's where all the best conversation happens, because it's my channel.
It's very true.
Also, a reminder to everybody that the Strata Kickstarter is right around the corner. So we're definitely going to signal boost the launch of that when it happens. And you can keep an eye out in the show notes and on our Twitter account for a link to that. Hopefully very soon, according to Grant, like week after next, maybe. So I'm very excited about it. And if you are enjoying these episodes and Spire sounds like a cool game to you, definitely you'll have to pay attention and check it out.
Especially for the fashion section.
Especially for the fashion section, inspired by Character Creation Cast.
It's very true. And hey, it turns out that last week's episode was our 6-month anniversary that I heard Miss Amelia over there talk about. And I happened to miss the announcements because of family reasons. But I can't believe it's been half a year already. And I have to say the response to our regular series episodes, and especially our Character Evolution Cast episodes, has been way more than I ever imagined. I am really happy to have all of you along for this amazing ride with us. And I am just so happy that I get to experience this roller coaster with such an amazing co-host.
Aw, thank you. I like the roller coaster part. Like, some parts of me are good and some parts of me are bad. It's mostly been an up roller coaster. We haven't gone back down yet.
It's
hopefully up eternally.
I'm thinking more excitement-wise, but
I don't know. But has it not been exciting?
It's been very exciting.
Right. Roller coasters go up and down, Ryan. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what kind of roller coaster you're on, but
my analogies are perfect.
Don't correct me. So, speaking of compliments, we have a review to read. If you would like to leave us a review, please do. We have very few left, and it's just not as good without them. You can easily follow one of the links in our show notes to our iTunes page, our Stitcher page, or, like this one, you can read it from our Facebook page. I'm trying to not butcher this name, so, Stephen, I'm really sorry if I get it wrong. It's a one-shot tradition. So this one is from Stephen Kitely on Facebook. And he said, "This has become my favorite RPG review podcast. I love how the simple, and not so, active character creation has been used to really get into the bones of RPG systems in a really fun way. I love hearing how the hosts and their guests come up with character concepts and seeing them flesh out on each episode. The system variety has been fantastic so far. Please keep them coming."
Thank you so much, Stephen. That was a really great review.
Yes, thank you so much. We're glad you're enjoying it. We promise we have so much more to come. We have a very long list.
Goodness, yes, we do. Oh my goodness, yes we do.
All right, with all of that out of the way, let's get to the episode.
Yeah, enjoy. Last time on Character Creation Cast, we were just starting to create our characters for Spire with Grant Howitt, one of the main designers of the game. Grant was busy working on a dutiful knight. Amelia was working on a devout Carrion priest. And I was working on a vigilante bound. We'll be picking up right where we left off from last time right now. Enjoy. My other core ability is Bound Blade. I really like this one. You have captured a god and forced it into your blade. As a bound, you gain a god knife or god axe, so I chose the knife, when you join the order and bind a small god inside it with a bloody and dark ritual. That's just hardcore.
It's pretty metal.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So I would like you, I'm not the GM here, but I would like you to name your god and what it's the god of.
Oh, all these names.
I think like we've, so in my current campaign, the bound has, she has an axe with the god of cicadas in it. Okay. And so whenever she takes it out, just the sound of cicadas gets louder and louder.
Oh, that's so good.
It's pretty cool, right?
It's really good. Ryan hates when we make him name things, though.
Oh, okay.
Previously, I made him name his guns and his horse. And
it's not that I hate it. It's just a running gag, apparently.
Well, don't worry about naming it then, but I would like to know what it's the god of.
I see it as a challenge. It will happen. Just
or
maybe
just be a bunch of ghosts.
You know, it is
part of an angel.
It's a knife. Okay, god knife. And so basically name the knife or the god, or
tell us what the god does.
Okay.
Tell us what it was a god of before, now it's become a god of this knife.
Ooh. Okay. I almost have something. I'll get back to you.
Brilliant.
We'll check in later.
Yes.
Ryan, did you pick your Durance?
Oh, yes, I did.
Oh, I haven't picked mine. What have you picked for your Durance, Ryan?
Oh, okay. I went with Killer.
Ryan.
Yeah. So it gives my character sneak and fight.
What a twist.
I know.
For your sneaky fighty character.
I know. So if I understand that correctly, since I get sneak and fight already with the bound class, that gives me a knack in sneaking and fighting, right?
Yes, that gives you 2 knacks.
Oh, beautiful.
My favorite sneak knack is lying in wait.
Ooh, very cool. So basically this means that I murdered the enemies of my lord in cold blood, strangling them with their silken bed sheets, pushing them off gilded balconies, or shooting them in the street. So I have an aptitude for death and going unseen.
You sound like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Ryan, did we break you last time? What have we done? You always play a nice character, and now...
this character
made you be a jerk one time.
Yeah, I'm thinking this character is somebody that was, she had a quote knack for killing, and that's just what her lord had given her tasks to do.
Okay.
And she hated it, but she did it because she's good at it, and she knows to not. You know, she knew back then not to fight the power, because that gets you killed. Because that's what she was doing, killing people that fought the power.
Ryan,
so eventually, I got out of that. So that's why I chose Killer and Vigilante / the Bound.
So I want to take Personal Assistant for my Durance, because I want something that this character could not possibly have been good at. Like the most awkward, uncomfortable personal assistant who will like stare you down.
Just eating all the receipts.
Yes.
It's funny.
And like they were so bad at the job that they ended up joining a death cult on the very top of Spire.
Right. Exactly.
It's funny because I was between that one and Killer.
Personal assistant or killer. It's, you know what? Having been a receptionist for a long time, it makes you want to be a killer.
Well,
I will say that.
I'm going to go for enlisted as my background, as my Durance. So I served in the armed forces as a soldier. That gives me extra +2 blood, which gives me a beefy 3 blood slots, which stacks with my 3 armor. So if anyone feels like shooting me in the chest, it's absolutely fine. It also gives me the fight skill, which I already had. So I've taken the fight knack, lead the charge. I'm seeing him as kind of a squad leader or a sergeant, certainly, someone who is a man of the people.
So where are these knacks listed?
Oh, you got to make them up.
Oh, you just make them up?
Make them up. Yeah, it's like a specialty in Mold of Darkness. You have a specific instance of the skill or domain. There's some examples on page.
Page
18.
18. Yeah, okay.
18 for those reading at home.
Sample Knacks. Okay. Interesting. So it's just, hey, this sounds like something sneaky. So therefore,
Yes.
that's my knack.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, don't be cheeky with it. Like, don't take the sneak knack avoiding detection. That sort of thing. Although World of Darkness did have the subterfuge specialty lying, which I felt was maybe power gaming a little bit.
Oh.
It's like having the brawl specialty doing harm.
That makes sense.
Now, okay, so I'm going with the enlisted as an extra advance as well. So that means that I can choose powers which I learned during my time in the army. There's some interesting stuff with this. An awful lot of it revolving around having the high elves sung a mimetic virus poem into my brain, making me a conduit for demonic magic. I'm not going to go for that so much at the moment. That feels like something which I want to discover throughout an entire campaign. But I'm looking at either squad leader, that gives me the compel skill, and order domain. And so order is like military, police, any sort of governmental organization which keeps the peace. Or keep moving, which lets me buff all of you. Me and any nearby allies ignore the effects of minor fallout until the end of the situation if I mark D3 stress as I keep people moving. I think that's a bit more exciting. I can see that coming in handy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'll go for that.
Okay, so you said that I get 2 knacks. Is that 2 per skill, or one fight and 1 stealth?
1 fight and 1 stealth.
All right.
I really like the advances for this class. They're so horrible.
Yeah. There's some
real
grimy
dark
stuff in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it.
I think my favorite one is when you eat someone and you get one of their domains.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's a high advance, but you eat someone and then you permanently inherit their domain. So, like, you can have all the domains as long as you can track down people who know them.
That's so good.
Or you can turn into a hyena. There's that, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Either way. No, this game's real good, Ryan. It's real good. It's not, I feel like it's not a Ryan game.
No, this sounds amazing. Like, okay. If you don't know, I'm Mr. Goody Two-Shoes for the most part.
You definitely seem like a nice person.
But, like, this, like, weird darkness is compelling to me.
I'm drawn in by the darkness.
I am.
I think because it's not, like, outright, like, murder violence. It's, like, grim.
Yes.
And like, kind of creepy.
Yeah, I suppose, like, I would say it was murder violence, but it's not, we don't want to glorify it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to,
right.
We don't want to be like, it's like, if you get a headshot, well done, you've killed the person, but it's not like, yeah, cool, headshot. It's like, oh god, I just killed a person, they had kids. That sort of thing.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of, like, consequences around it, and I feel like there's enough in the setting to, I don't want to say justify it, because that feels creepy, but, like,
well, I mean, that's
to make it clear
that's the
why
point of the game.
That's,
To, like, yeah, justify is, I think, possibly the best word, even if you don't wish to use it, because it's like, how about rationalize after the fact?
Yes, yeah, that's fair. I just remember from my terrorism and counterterrorism class when I was going through my political science degree, the argument of what is a freedom fighter versus what is a terrorist? They're the same thing. And I keep going back to that, like, they're the same thing.
Chad
Whether they're on
Walker,
your side or you're not.
Chad Walker, who wrote Cryptomancer, it's an excellent game about information technology and security in a fantasy age. He did a source book for us called Secrets Kept from the Sun, which is quite a short, basically an essay about using information security and counterintelligence in Spire. And I was asking people for quotes for the Strata Kickstarter, and he said, "Can I say something about the game that probably won't sell copies?" I'm like, "Well, okay, sure." And his quote was, "Spire is a game of insurrection against an entrenched colonial force. However, the player characters are not the rebellion. They're closer to Hezbollah." And like, yeah, I guess that's right. Yes,
I mean, technically it's true. I mean, having just recently come off a Knights Black Agents game where I played XIRA, like, it's fine. I'm here for it. But like, I just keep going back to them. I'm like,
I think it's interesting. It's interesting to play in that space as well, because it is fantasy and it is There is an element of being able to distance yourself from it, and it's not like the game's set in America, as it were. Like, it's very far away from what's real. But I think it gives you a chance to safely play in those spaces and explore some of those emotions and some of the stories which we want to tell about that.
Yeah,
which
really
is,
cool.
yeah, I mean, that's a thing that I've always loved about role-playing games, is that they offer that opportunity to kind of explore those things that you're not really allowed to do in real life. Like be a terrorist. Or just, you know, like, or really just sort of rise up against a sort of fascist or authoritarian
and have it work.
Leadership. Yeah. Not great, maybe.
This is all very serious. Should I have a boat?
Yes.
One of my powers gives me a boat.
I mean, so are there other choices aside from boat, or is that just like the choices have a boat or don't?
I get +2 reputation, and I'm promoted to the rank of admiral, and I get a rowboat.
Wow.
Well, yes.
An admiral with a rowboat.
I'm admiral of the rowboat. So basically, one of the builds you can have of knight is what we call rep tank. Where you put all of your points of reputation, and there's a mid-range power for the knights called "Do you know who I am?" which is once per situation, when you take stress to any resistance other than reputation, allocate it to reputation, so you can go in and just posh your way through it.
Oh,
which I quite like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer is always have a boat if you can have one.
A boat would be good, and that does mean we have to put the campaign somewhere where rivers are. But I'm saying, like, I could see a sort of North Dock sort of thing. I could see like whatever. I think there's definitely room for rivers in everywhere in Spire, or canals.
Oh, for sure. Or just, you know, like kind of gross ponds.
Yeah, for sure. Or just like a really greasy street.
Does your boat have a name?
You do have to name it, it says in the book.
Oh. In the rules.
So its name is Mirabelle.
Nice.
A boat called Mirabelle. Oh man, I got so much resistance. This is great. Also, I should know, I've never actually played Spires. This is quite exciting.
Oh.
I've never had the chance to play.
It's a good game. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, I hear it's quite good. No, we don't have an equipment box on the... Yes, we do. Here we go. We do. Rowboat.
Ryan, did you pick your advances? Your low
I've
advances?
got the 2 low advances, I think. Let me see.
Oh, and that's right. And then we decided one. What did you tell us we could have?
You can have a medium one as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I gotta read those now.
Yeah. Okay, so for my low advances, I chose The Secret of the Crowd, where I can hide in plain sight. So long as there are others around, I gain +1 to shadow. And when I wear my mask and stand in a crowd, I will blend into the background, not becoming invisible unless I do something out of the ordinary to attract attention, which I think is very fitting for this type of character. And also, The Secret of Flight. The god bound to your blade can make it soar like an angel. Your blade gains the following tags: ranged, piercing, and reload. And when you reload, go and pick up your blade. No, is that just a joke, or?
No, that's it. Yeah, go pick it up. Reload is more of a narrative concern. So basically, rather than having hard rules for it, if you have a gun with a reload tag, the GM will remind you to reload, and then your enemies will sort of flank around you or run at you or something along those lines. So yeah,
is that basically saying you're without the item, or it's basically useless until you reload?
Yeah, until you establish that in the fiction.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay. And obviously it makes a lot of sense when you're throwing your knife at somebody. Okay, that's really cool. I like that. I'm trying to pick through the medium ones as well.
For my medium one, I've gone for armor kenning, which is a fairly combat-y one. It's fairly there's not a great deal of fluff attached to it, but I've already got quite a good picture of this character in my head. Basically, it increases my armor by 1 point, and because I know about armor, every attack I have ignores armor. So all my attacks get the piercing tag.
Nice.
Well, it ignores most armor, but that's getting into silly.
Yeah, I think there was an armor type that I saw that prevented the piercing.
Implacable, yes.
Yeah.
Just if you just cover yourself in boilerplate and stomp around, that's basically how you get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's really cool. Man, these medium ones are hard to choose from.
Should also note that for the night, all of my high-level advances are mystical pub crawls.
What does that mean?
So you get a quest, and when you take on the quest are, for example, pull the sword from the stone, and the stone is a pub, or slay the dragon, which is the guardian of a pub, and you take, or seek the grail, which is a pub. You take on the quest, and you get like a little bit of power, and then you have to go and achieve this nightly quest. And the fun thing about knights is they start off as basically useless drunks, and all of the high advances kind of have them come good in a way. So like they remake the North Docks in their image, or they find a sword which makes them the true monarch of Spire, or that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. But my favorite one is when you seek the grail. Is it seek the grail? Yes, it's slay the dragon. Not only do you remove 1 blood stress at the start of each situation, but you can no longer die. And Chris made me take out the gag, which is your odds of being permanently trapped under something heavier than you can move have jumped to 1 in 1. He made me take it.
I love the idea of this very intense drinking game.
Mm.
This is like high stakes drinking games.
Yeah, for sure.
So for my low advances, I want to pick Murder of Crows.
Cool.
Because there's nothing cooler than just summoning crows. Because it's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to pick... Where did the other one go? I was like already, and then now I'm not.
Yeah, I gotta go with this one for my medium. My goodness.
Oh, I want to pick Charnel's Mark. Which mark D6 stress to blood or mind to cast the spell on a target within sight. A rune dabbed in rapidly drying blood appears on their person. Until the end of the situation, you and all allies gain the Brutal tag when you roll to inflict stress against them.
Nice.
And then I think for my medium one, I am going to take... where did it go? I'm going to take Red Feast. So you can transmute the flesh of sentient creatures into your own at a cost to your own sanity. When you eat the flesh of a person, refresh. You cannot use this action to remove mind stress.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna eat some people.
You say it so nicely.
So joyfully.
You want to be jolly about it.
I guess. I mean, if you're going to be eating people, you might as well be putting a smile on your face.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, and they don't have to be dead. You just have to get like an arm off.
Yeah.
Just like a bite. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, goodness. I still have to figure out my knacks.
Would you like a hand?
Stealth and fight. Yeah, I think I might, because having never played the game before, and this is literally my first experience with it, I'm kind of finding it a little difficult to narrow it down.
Yeah, no, and also it's rare that you'd pick 2 Knacks
Yeah.
as a starting character, so that's entirely understandable. So, what sort of murders did you do for your lord?
I'm thinking it's mainly dagger, but also, I kind of picture her as a sort of femme fatale sort of deal, where she has, I guess, a knack of killing them after dropping their guard.
I like it. So your fight skill could be unarmed target. Your fight knack.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And then the other one, you need sneak?
Stealth, yeah. Or sneak, yeah. I called it stealth.
I mean, I feel like something about being able to blend in is probably...
Do you blend in, or do you stand out and it's like, wow, look at her?
I think stand out. At least when I don't have my mask on.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether it works, but your sneak skill could be, I'm just going to go powder my nose. And so that knack applies when you sneak off for 30 seconds while some guy's drinking wine and putting grapes into his mouth.
I really like that.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I like that flavor. Okay.
The thing, it doesn't really matter if people, it's something which Fate Accelerated taught me. It doesn't matter if people abuse the rules as long as they're telling stories.
Mm-hmm.
And Fate Accelerated, the only reason the approaches are there are to make you act in a certain way, which is evocative and interesting. And I think that Knacks and Specialty should similarly do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really like this. I think this is my first experience with a game that has this sort of thing to it. Because I've never played Fate. I've heard some actual plays of it, but, you know, you never really get the nitty-gritty rules when it comes to actual plays.
Mm.
Yeah, I like being able to kind of flavor those things that you're good at. And I don't know. I feel like it fleshes out your character because you can say, like, this is a thing that this person is particularly good at in this way. Yeah.
All right. I think I got my medium one.
Let's hear it.
I'm going to go with the Saint of Binding. And
sounds sexy.
It is. It is.
The bound is quite a sexy class if you're into being tied up or tying others up.
That's true. This one is your rope god dances and twists for you. Your rope.
Sexy.
Yeah. Your rope.
See? Very sexy.
Your rope animates as if of its own accord, tripping your enemies. It becomes a weapon with the following stats: damage D3 and stunning. And so I just think that just sounds really...
You now both have a weapon which does that, so I can't wait until we meet our first sort of golden armored paladin and you both just tie him up and smash him into the street.
Yeah.
But like in a sexy way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, he's one of the 60% of characters who is so kissable.
Yeah.
His mask falls off and, oh god, he's incredible. So I think I've sorted everything out. I've got Keep Moving, which lets me buff all of you, basically, so you can ignore minor fallout. Night Admiral, which gives me the rowboat Mirabelle and some more reputation. And Armor Kenning, which improves my armor and basically ruins everyone else's. I have more resistances. I have more free slots and resistances than I know what to do with. So that's rather exciting. And also, in terms of my bonds, we each have one PC bond between us. My NPC bond is my squire, Fenchurch, who's a dour-faced drow who served after me in the army.
Nice.
Oh, I have to name 3 NPCs? This is
like
ridiculous.
Eventually. You don't worry about it. We'll do it as they come up in the inverted commas game.
This is really interesting. I'm still trying to... Okay, I think for the god of my knife. And do I have to do god of ropes now that I've got a...
The god of ropes is just a god that lives in your rope. It's a bit like Shinto. There's a spirit living in your rope.
Oh, okay,
You worship as a god.
That makes sense.
The one on your knife, you put there.
Okay. So this one is going to be the god of assassins. Because she is sick and tired of people ordering her to do the killing. She wants to do it on her own terms, and if necessary. So she's a rebellious god of killing for money. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. It's kind of fun.
So, what's a good god of assassins name?
Nocturne.
Ooh.
It's a bit first choice. So it's a bit first idea. Stiletto. Super sexy.
That's correct. Oh, I'm gonna have to name this hyena too.
Hemlock.
Oh
yeah, naming a hyena is the best part of playing any carrion priest because generally you just give them a rank in the church.
Really?
Well, yeah, I've had like bishop. We've had bishop. We had sacred was another hyena. I think like giving them a completely incongruous name is perfect.
I mean, I feel like in that case, obviously his name is Monsignor.
Oh, I like it. Cardinal is another good name for a hyena. But yeah, Monsignor, I like it. Or Basilica.
What's a good Shakespeare character name?
Prospero.
Prospero. I like that one. I was thinking because Shakespeare invented the word assassins, didn't he?
I don't know. I thought it came from Hashashin. It's an Arabic word.
I think if I remember correctly, he was the first one to use it in English.
Anglified it, yes.
Yeah.
He returned the word to its proper home in the English language. Just like all of those Greek antiquities we have in London.
So I'm going to go with Prospero, the god of assassins, is bound in my god knife. Which is kind of cool because Prospero, prosperous, and we're fighting against prosperous people. It's got a double meaning.
Slow down, man. It's only 2 a.m. for me. I can't keep up.
Okay. And I do have a bond as well with an NPC.
Yes.
You have an individual level bond with a member of the downtrodden underclass. Name them and name the thing that's most important to them.
I should know, bonds come in 3 flavors: individual, street, and city.
Okay.
And they're just power levels. I think they're largely self-explanatory.
Interesting. So individuals like a friend.
Yeah. Individual is I know a guy. Street is I know an organization. And city is I know a big organization.
Nice. Very cool.
And like there will be like a face on a city or street level bond, but it has much more sway than just some guy.
Mm-hmm.
Part of a sizable part of the campaign is accruing individual and street level bonds and basically pushing them together until they become city level bonds, and you can just throw them off against your enemies and you can sit at home drinking tea, which is much safer. Now, the other thing about bonds is I get to pick. I'll read the text. You have a bond with another one of the PCs. You and them used to go drinking and still do on occasion. Describe the wildest thing you two got up to on one of your legendary nights out.
Oh.
Now, I don't know much about the Carrion Priest so far, but I'm pretty sure my character fancies your character, Ryan. What's the Carrion Priest like? Tell me a little bit about them.
I have to resist my urge to just like be snarky and grumpy, which is like always my character type.
You could be like a Jehovah's Witness, but for the god of death.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Hello, man. I'm trying to talk to you for a second about crows.
But like super peppy about it.
Yeah, like super into it. Hi, this is my hyena.
Right, like putting to work all of those things that I learned as a personal assistant.
Yeah,
nice.
Yes,
like, I think if spreadsheets existed, you'd definitely have one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you've definitely got like you've got like a day planner.
Yeah,
which has a load of like gore covered feathers in it to mark the important days.
Oh yeah, and definitely like all of the pamphlets are maybe sticky for some reason. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I had them printed by this guy I know. Just don't ask too many questions.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. Shut up. Okay. I think definitely the bound for that one then. You see, I think the bound that I used to go drinking, and the wildest thing we got up to one of our legendary nights out is a local dignitary from the desert kingdom of Alakam was visiting, and we stole their goat.
Nice. I'm all for some good old-fashioned goat stealing.
And we rode it around. The goats in Alakam come very big. It was there is actually, so Ryan, you won't have noticed this. Appendix 4, I believe, is a list of suspected goats in Spire.
Oh.
So we kidnapped the Capriticon from a visiting Alakami dignitary and rode it around, and then put a straw hat on it and gave it back.
Oh, that's amazing.
Serious dark game of rebellion.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you gotta lighten up every now and then.
Yeah,
otherwise.
for sure. And that's the thing. Like it makes the bit where your brother-in-law tries to sell you out to the police much more impactful. Mm-hmm. If you just got done dancing with a goat. God, I love goats.
I feel like that's coming through right now.
God, I just love them.
Why? What about goats?
They're perfect little angels.
I feel like they're kind of mean.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, they're not nice, but they have lovely little horns, and they've got cool, weird eyes, and they're very intelligent. They climb stuff, and they don't brook no crud from no one. And I like that. They're cheeky, and I have a lot of time for them.
All right, I'll allow it.
And they taste pretty good as well.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like cows, so,
like if they turn out to be real jerks, you can always just eat them.
Stick them in a curry. In fact, we have one of our prestige classes in Black Magic. Several of the abilities focus around making increasingly good curry goat until it gets so good you can bring people back from the dead. That's not a joke.
That is a very powerful dish.
It's a powerful stew.
Wow.
So I think that's everything I need to do for my character.
I'm
done.
My PC bond is that I helped someone deal with a death, either by helping them through the grieving process, or no, someone helped. Hold on.
I think it's you helped them.
Yes. Okay. I'm trying to like read it and talk into the microphone at the same time. So you helped someone deal with a death either through the grieving process or by disposing of a body, which are like equally helpful things that all of your friends should do. I'm trying to decide. Ryan probably has a lot of bodies to dispose of.
Mm-hmm.
but like
just a few,
probably already knows how to do that. I feel like that's part of their job.
I kind of like the idea that you're the most organized person I know. And I was like, oh my God, he's dead. I need to call someone.
Yes.
I was supposed to bring him in, but no.
You know what? Don't worry about it. We're going to fix this. It's going to be great.
Now, here's some Hessian sacks and some hacksaws. Everything's going to be just fine. Do you know where pigs are? We need a lot of pigs. Oh, I like your character already. That's great. Oh, have you picked out names, by the way, for your characters?
I have a name for my character. First name only, because I'm not sure what sort of last names to go with. But she is Sylvia.
Sylvia. I am very much in the. I'm in support of the idea of just not giving people last names and working it out.
There you go.
Or just using nouns.
Kind of makes sense in this sort of game, in this sort of setting, that you're more bound by your class instead of family.
Yeah, for sure. My name is Jean-Jacques Drink the Sunrise. I had my original drow name taken off me when I joined the military, and my lieutenant, an Elfir by the name of someone Drink the Sunrise, insisted that all of his sergeants had his surname because they're his boys now. And so my surname was forcibly removed from me, and now I go by Drink the Sunrise.
Oh wow!
I love Elfir names.
Yeah, it's like a little haiku and a little clue about how evil they are.
Like some really dumb ones out there. Like I'm trying to remember what it was. Like something about socks. I can't remember what it was though.
That's not canon.
No. No, but it was very good.
Someone did build an Elfin name generator and put it up on the Discord.
Oh, nice.
And it did not work, bless their hearts.
I am going to pick my grandma's name. I'm sorry, Grandma. Actually, it's my Nana. I'm going to go with Claudette.
Nice.
Oh, I'm going to pick my grandma's name, Slam Master.
Okay, to be fair, my Nana was nuts. Like, she was real crazy. So it feels correct.
Okay.
All right. And I picked my bond to an NPC. And this NPC's name is Fiona. And she values most her pet cat, Muffles.
Oh.
Oh, adorable.
I'm not the gym, but I can't wait to take it away.
Aww.
I was going to say, I hope my hyena doesn't eat it.
Oh, no.
It's a big cat.
We're going to have to get a similar cat. What's your PC bond?
PC bond. You have a bond with one of the other PCs who you rescued from a dangerous situation. Describe the situation they found themselves in. Oh, I almost want to pick probably Amelia's character.
Okay. That works. I can see that working.
Okay, so we've got this fanatic of the god of death.
Fanatic is a strong word.
Okay.
Enthusiast.
I would say devout.
Devout. Okay. Devout of the god of death. Very chipper about it. What if you were in a situation where you were going through your pitch with some people, and
just going door to door.
Go door to door, and you happened upon a residence that was, how you say,
not enthusiastic about what I had to say?
Well, I would say in the middle of criminal activity of sorts.
Oh, no.
I like it.
And I saw you get pulled in because you were basically a witness. And that's when I came in and took care of them for you.
Were you already in there because you were in the middle of infiltrating whatever it was?
Yes.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Yes.
It was like you'd been tracking down these drug dealers for months.
Yeah.
and then these characters happened to find their secret hideout.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Jehovah's Witness of Death is at the door.
I like that. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, so I basically saw them take you in, and they were going to rough you up or kill you, and intervened with my ropes and my dagger.
Perfect.
I'm going to intervene with my dagger, if you know what I mean. Intervene right into your neck.
Absolutely perfect.
I love it. And what was your character's name again?
Who's mine?
Yours.
Claudette.
Claudette.
Yeah, and Bound. What's your character's name?
Sylvia.
Sylvia. With a Y?
Silvia. Let me see. Sylvia.
What I wrote there was Sivlia, which is nowhere near.
Yeah, we'll go with a Y for the first
Very good. Sylvia, this one time we got blind drunk and stole an important goat. Cool. Is that us? I believe that's us.
I think that we did it.
Fantastic.
So, how did we... now, this is the part where we go a little bit beyond the normal character creation portion of the game and create a little bit more background, as if there was were like a full session 0 sort of game. How did...
So I think, because really the premise of this is that we're all doing something for the ministry.
Yeah, we're all part of the same cell.
Right. So what are we doing? I think is really, like, what are we doing that the three of us would be a good team?
So if I was pitching this, if I was running this as a GM, the antagonist I'd have would be a nihilistic death cult as being armed by mysterious shadowy benefactors. And so, like, there's guns being sent down Spire and they're rising up through Red Row. And so you're getting, like, various attacks and various, weird markings scrawled on walls. And the ministry have tasked us with working out what the Jeff is going on. And so I can see, like, actions happening in the, in Red Row, which is the criminal underworld, in the North Docks, which is where I hang out with all the pubs. You two are on top of the city with the Bound and the Carrion Priest. Like, your home turf is right at the top.
Okay.
So I could, like, either we transfer your religion and we have like a church of the Bound and a church of the Death God down in the lower end of the Spire, or for some reason there's something happening at the top which is luring us in, like some kind of.
I feel like it makes more sense for us to move down.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you got some sort of, like, charnel pit? What's your down Spire death cult like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're probably a more extreme, more, let's say more evangelical sect.
They got kicked out for being too into death.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're like a little too intense about it.
Okay. I like that. And the Bound are, of course, like, they police Perch, but they are, like, they're not legally allowed to police Perch, so they can illegally police wherever they want, and you can vigilante wherever you desire. There's definitely a high call for Bound all over the city, so you can travel where you need to go.
I mean, and if your thing is assassinating people who are less than reputable, this is the place to find them.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I turned. I used to assassinate people that didn't exactly deserve it, and now I want to turn that on its head and assassinate people of my choice.
Nice. Okay, I like that. And so in terms of NPCs, I'm seeing, like, a charismatic preacher for a nihilistic death cult. Which also gives us, like, the great opportunity to have one of us die, get visited by the god of nihilistic death, and come back turned, which is always fun. And it would give Amelia's character something to rub against in terms of not death, but it's called Worship of the Hungry Deep. And so not a glorious death living forever in Charnel's belly, but just utter nothingness. And imagine if all existence was a Godspeed You Black Emperor album. That's kind of where they're at.
No, thank you.
This
is really good.
Some sort of charismatic death preacher. We've got, I'm seeing, like an Elfir, maybe like a have a go Elfir crime lord who's coming down and sort of having a go at it. And so it's him who's sort of funding. And like, one thing which I'm always interested in doing is getting players to ally with the Elfir for some reason. Cause that's always a fun one to try and negotiate. So we'd have them working there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe there's some kind of crime lord or something that is, really just, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, just like particularly awful.
Okay.
That,
egregious.
That we would, right, there you go. That we would need Elfir help to do something about. Because we just do not have the resources.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of want to say that my individual Bond is somebody that my character is fond of. Yeah, and that's why she's down here, to clean up the streets, to help make it a safer place for Fiona.
Okay, cool. I like that. That's nice. So like a sister?
No.
A lover?
A girlfriend?
Yeah. Closer to that. Okay. Somebody that she really wants to have that sort of relationship with. But
unrequited.
Yes. Either unrequited
killed all these gangsters for you.
I think secret.
Oh.
I think she is ashamed of her past and wants to clean it up before she initiates anything there.
By doing more murder?
Murdering bad people.
Oh, okay.
I like the idea that there's some sort of big murder in your past you did you're super not proud of, and like 5 people know about it.
Yes.
And you're sort of slowly tracking them down and making it so they can't tell anyone.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
You have a list.
Ooh, yeah. I like that.
They were connected to Fiona in some way.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. Yes, one of them was like definitely her mom.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that.
And then because this is a person that you're close to, definitely that person's going to die.
Oh, Hondo P.
And then I get to bring them back from the dead.
Hey, that's fine.
As a ghost.
Close enough.
Yeah, something, yeah.
You know what? I did my best.
Yeah. It's better than nothing, right?
Well, and you know what? Sometimes that is just the will of the universe. Of this horrible death god.
Charnel.
That's amazing.
Charnel. Yeah.
I like that. Okay. I'd be interested in maybe throwing some cannibals in there, because that's also another fun underground thing to have, rather than having...
Yeah, so I have a street level bond with 3, like, followers. So these are similarly fanatical people. Probably they eat people.
Yeah, okay.
I would assume.
But like people who wanted to be eaten in an ancestor worship way, or people who happened to die?
Which one's creepier?
Probably the first. like grandma dies, then we all eat grandma, rather than I've hunted down this prey.
That is disturbing.
I will feast on its strength.
Yeah, I think,
you boil grandma into a stew.
I think ritualistically eating your dead family members is probably creepier than hunting somebody down and eating them that you don't know.
Well, I don't make fun of your religious practices.
It's also like, it's creepy, but it's also like weirdly, it's going to sound weird, comforting?
It's weirdly sweet.
No, I get that.
It's like tradition, like, it's like, oh, this is our family tradition.
Yeah, we're just going to eat grandma.
And then, like, you have a piece of grandma with you.
Yeah, for 8 to 12 hours.
Like, for 8 to 12 hours, yeah.
Maybe a couple days.
Depending on how soon you drink coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, okay.
This is very good. I'm very proud of us.
I like that. We've got hungry deep cultists who have weird rust magic and like moths crawling out of their mouths and eyes. We've got a horrible crime lord who we have to ally with, like some sort of new money Elfir who's come down. We've got.
Are they trying to Elfir gentrify our neighborhood?
Yeah. Oh, I like that. So like there's like a bit of Red Row. I think Red Row could work quite well for us actually. So it's kind of like crime town. And so like there's a bit of crime town where like everything's getting really boringly safe.
And like super expensive.
So expensive, and barely anyone gets murdered.
And like anymore. Why are there all these vegan restaurants?
Yeah, and this place sells artisanal mayonnaise.
Yes. This is very good. This is
that works. Yeah, so like as a side plot, we've got fight against Elfir gentrification of Crime Town on one side, and then mad-eyed cultists and allying with cannibals rising up from the deeps, and we have to try and stop it all from happening, I suppose, or see what happens. Mm-hmm. Like try and get Red Row on side, stop the gentrification, and stop whatever the Hungry Deep want to do by just eating all of Spire. Blowing it up in a series of void bombs.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Wait, no, it's demonology. Carry on. It's a demonological incursion. That's what they're building up to, because I like those.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. Groovy.
So I think we did it.
We
did it.
We've got some
done, everyone.
pretty amazing characters. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a shame we won't be playing.
I know.
I always keep thinking, like, at some point, like, let's hold on to these. And maybe as bonus content at some point we'll play this game. We probably won't. I don't have time.
But look, I think in whatever campaign we just imagined in our heads is going to be far more beautiful than any sort of dirty real campaign we actually did.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Let's just enjoy the fantasy.
Exactly.
Much
we
like
have to
all
suffer
the people
none
you
of
killed.
the consequences.
Yes. And that's why we love this. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for our Spire character creation episodes. Grant, do you want to go ahead and remind people where they can find you online?
You can find me primarily at GS Howitt. That's GSHOWITT on Twitter. And if you go to rowanrookanddeckard.com, which is our hard to spell website, it's Deckard with no K. That is our official business website, so you can download all of our games for there, and most of our games are free.
Nice.
Which is nice of us. And if you want to hear me, and in fact, actually, if you want to read ancient articles I wrote about role playing, including like how to be a better player and stuff, lookrobot.com is my old website, but I've got a lot of articles in there about GMing and player advice and how to build campaigns and stuff.
Nice.
And you will have an upcoming or just released Kickstarter when this comes out.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm here. I remember now. Yes, so if you go to Kickstarter and search Strata, Spire, or Spire Strata, or some combination of those words, hopefully you should get to us if our SEO works. And you'll be able to back. We have all sorts of cool things, like the one thing I want to shill right now, in addition to the source book, the chap who did our newspaper clippings last time, a guy called Tim Wilkinson Lewis, is doing us a full 12-page paper, which is purchasable as an add-on, and it's designed as an accessory to the book, so it has hooks for every single one of the campaigns which we have in the book. So you can hand it out at any point when you're playing a game out of Strata. It should have something which could connect them together and give them hooks and stuff. And he's an excellent writer and very funny. Nice. So I'm looking forward to that.
That should be awesome. And we'll put a link to it in our show notes too when these
much.
Episodes come out. So everybody can find it. I'm sure we'll tweet about it too. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone for listening. And join us for our next episode where we discuss this process.
Character Creation Cast is a production of the One Shot Podcast Network and can be found online at www.charactercreationcast.com. Head to the website to get more information on our hosts and guests, or even some of our character sheets. Character Creation Cast can be found on Twitter at CreationCast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Bolter, and I can be found on Twitter at Lord Neptune. Our other host, Amelia Antrim, can be found on Twitter at Ginger Reckoning. Music for this episode is used with a Creative Commons license or with permission from the podcast they originated from. Further information can be found within the show notes. Our main theme music is Hero Remix by Steve Combs and is used with a Creative Commons license. This podcast is owned by us under Creative Commons. This episode was edited by Ryan Bolter. Further information for the game systems used and today's guests can also be found in the show notes. If you like the systems discussed and wish to purchase them, links to the products can be found in the show notes. Also, check the notes or the website for cool stuff to go with each character, such as dice or mixtapes. Thanks for joining us, and remember, we find that the best part of any role-playing game is character creation. So go out there and create some amazing people. We will see you next time.
We gotta read some show blurbs.
Show blurbs.
Show blurbs.
Show blurbs.
Show blurbs.
Character Creation Cast is hosted by the One Shot Podcast Network. If you enjoyed our show, visit oneshotpodcast.com, where you will find other great shows like Warda.
Warda is an original fantasy actual play podcast created by Ali Grauer and Drew Marziewski. It's 1 part Game of Thrones, 2 parts Downton Abbey, served on the rocks with a twist of Agatha Christie. Discover magic, mystery, and more than a little socio-political commentary along the way. The city holds thousands of stories. What will yours be?